Okay, question 19 really isn't a bad problem. Like, it's actually not that bad. So you have like Mr. Ramos, and he gave a test to his class of 20 students, and the dot plot below shows the distribution of test scores. So later, Mr. Ramos discovered that there was a scoring error on one of the questions. So he regraded the test and awarded some of the students 5 extra points, which increased the median test score to 85. So we want to know, what is the minimum number of students who received extra points? And they told you, just in case you didn't know what a median is, the median test score equals the average of the two scores in the middle if the 20 test scores are arranged in increasing order. But like in general, just like know what a median is, like know what median, mean, like mode, range, just know those statistic terms, because sometimes they might not be as nice as to give you what these definitions are. Like I remember one year, like one year on the AMCA, like they just immediately assumed you know what mean and median are. Like they won't like define it for you, but this time they define it for you. But just like know the definitions. So we have 20 test scores, and the average of the two test scores in the middle. Like if you have 20 scores, right? Like if you have 20 test scores, then the average of the two scores in the middle are going to be test score number 10 and test score number 11, right? Like if you have 20 test scores, then the two middle scores are going to be the 10th score and the 11th score, just by like, just intuitively. So if you were to look at this dot plot, let's try to focus on where like the 10th and the 11th scores are. Like before Mr. Ramos discovers this scoring error, we see that we have like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right now this, let me color in a different color, right? So this blue dot represents the 10th score. So that represents a 10th score. But notice that right now, like as of now, before Mr. Ramos like discovered his error, like the median right now is 80, but that's not good because we need the median to be 85. So notice that like if we were to like increase like this student's score by 5, then like this student would come over here. Let me like erase some of this to like make it more clear, right? So so this blue dot is the 10th score. So this green dot, if this student here got 5 extra points, then he would come over here, right? And let's say this student also got 5 extra points, that's 2 students, then they would come here. If this student also got 5 extra points, then this student would come here. And notice that we need to have one more student get an extra point. We need to have this like 10th lowest score. Like this student, we also need them to get 5 extra points. And the reason is now because you have like 9 students that got lower than 85. The 10th student is now going to be this student here. This student is now going to be the 10th score. So this is the 10th score, this is the 11th score. And notice that both of them are 85. So now the median is going to be 85. So notice that like you need a median, you need like a minimum of 4 extra scores in order to increase the median to 85. The reason is because like if you only added like 3 scores, right? Like if you did not remove this guy, like you just stopped here, then the average, then the 10th score would be this guy. And the 11th score would be this guy, right? So then the average would then be 82.5, which is like not 85, which is why you need a minimum of 4 students get like bumped up like 5 extra points. So that's why like the answer would just be C, which is 4. Yeah, so I think the key idea for this problem was like, we know that the median of a set of 20 scores is going to be like the average of the 10th score and the 11th score. So we kind of kept track of where the 10th score was, right? This 10th score before the curve, it was like this score here, right? This score. But like clearly we need to bump that guy up to an 85 in order for the median to be 85. So we noticed that like we had to move all 4 of these students. We had to add 5 points to all 4 of these students. And then afterwards, the median would be 85. So the answer is just 4.